Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. That's so weird to say out loud. I'm so glad you decided to join me. I've had such nice messages and feedback from people on my first initial little blog brain baby on Instagram, and yes, I will be doing YouTube videos pretty regularly, but yeah, this is gonna be my first YouTube video ever. Today I just wanted to do a hopefully pretty easy video to start off on with everyone, and that is my skin journey. Mostly how I came to where I am right now with wanting to start a vlog, and everything in between. But if you don't already know, I'm sure a lot of you do, but if you don't, my main account is on Instagram and it is called BirthdaySuitBeauty, easy peasy, so you can join me there as well if you have not already. But this is like super exciting. A lot of people told me how excited they were for my first video, so that's really nice. I've always toyed with this idea for probably a few years now, and I never really gave it any thought. I never took it serious or anything until finally I just said, you know what? I don't care about embarrassing myself on camera or anywhere else for that matter, so I might as well just give it a shot because I had literally nothing to lose, like nothing to lose. So this video is gonna be a little bit more chit-chatty. This is not gonna be a regular video. This is just what I wanted to start on. I wanted to start fresh with anybody who didn't know me or does know me and just lay down some strong foundation, you know? I think that's key. So my skin journey begins, let's say I was probably 10 or 11 and I had the first little inklings of things going on my skin that I didn't quite understand. I feel like I was probably the first person in my class to get blemishes, acne, whatever you want to call it, on a prepubescent, oh my god, why can't I say that? On a prepubescent teen, haha. So probably like late elementary, I was really starting to notice my skin was just flaring up. Obviously when you look back at pictures, it's not that bad, but when you are like 10, 11, 12, whatever, and you're getting like your first things on your skin, it's heartbreaking. And this was around the time that everyone else around me, they were all starting to get boobs. Here I was sprouting like 6 pairs of boobs on my forehead. That was not fair at all. So I was so mortified throughout elementary. I basically begged my mother to let me wear makeup, and my mom said, yeah, that's fine. Just concealer, nothing else. Junior high rolls around and my skin keeps getting worse. I think it keeps getting worse. Finally, my mom was like, okay, if you're gonna start wearing makeup, you're gonna do it the right way. And so she booked an appointment for my sister and I at MAC Cosmetics. That was very exciting for me. I bought their Studio Fix liquid foundation, which is actually a foundation I still use to this day. Their Studio Fix powder, pressed powder, I still use that as well. And they're like heavy potted concealer. I used that product so heavily. All that was going on. Oh, and I totally forgot. So I think around maybe early junior high, probably even elementary, and I was so desperate. Like I was so desperado that my mom was like, okay, we're gonna order Proactive. And at the time, this was, you could only get it off the infomercial. Like you'd have to call, place your order, and I used Proactive probably up until I went to university. That is what I used every single day, every morning, every night. So I get to high school, I'm using Proactive, I've got all this like MAC Studio Fix on my face, but I was still getting these like really deep cystic, like sore bumps. Like I didn't have that typical acne where it was like white spots and blemishes, if you will, but it was always those like really sore ones, and oh, it was so depressing and I was so upset. I would be seeing a dermatologist. Every few months she would give me different topical, different whatevers, and I probably tried at least 5 or 6 creams. Nothing really worked. Shocking. So it wasn't until I left university that I started noticing some scarring happening. So I went back to my dermatologist and I said, look, super interested in doing a chemical peel because I want to get rid of these scars. Felt like my acne was like slightly more under control. And she said, yep, no problem. How about I prescribe to you this toner that's gonna like prep your skin for this peel. So I used that. Totally broke out in a rash, spots all over my face. My face got so much worse. It wasn't even even acne, it was like straight up rash. I didn't finish the bottle. I went back to my dermatologist and I said, this stuff is garbage. And she said, well, I guess your skin's too sensitive to have a chemical peel, so no chemical peel for you. So I said, okay, person, that's no help. Thanks for that. A couple years go by, I start traveling a little bit, skin gets seemingly worse because obviously when you're traveling, you're not bringing all your normal products with you. So I actually got a new doctor and I said, look, I need someone to do something about this. I'm 23 and I have skin like a teenage boy. It's insane. And she said, well, it looks like you're gonna have to take something orally for your skin, which obviously meant Accutane. So I said, yeah, I'm desperate at this point. Like I just want it all to stop. I want it all to go away. So I was transferred to a different dermatologist and he basically took couple looks at my skin. He goes, yep, okay, I see scarring, I see this, I see that. We're gonna put you on 4 months, but at a lower dosage because I didn't, like I said, I didn't have that typical like pustule kind of acne. But about a month after I started Accutane, I went to Australia where the sun is very, very hot. And if you've ever been on Accutane or know anything about Accutane, you probably know where this story is going. So I was very, very, very cautious and I was pretty good up until when I was sailing and my lips burned and like that was so not cute at all. I actually started breaking out into a kind of rash around my mouth, which it's not acne, it's just like tiny little spots and a lot of dry skin, which I'm actually dealing with now. Well, it's kind of going away now, but. So I get home, I finish my Accutane. Oil production wasn't as much. I didn't have as many of the super, super sore spots, which was great. By the time I was home, I was looking more at my skin, kind of like the longevity, because I think growing up, I was so in the zone of just a quick fix. Like I just wanted to zap things away and just not think about what it would be doing, hence probably a lot of the scarring that I have now. So when I got home, I really started thinking about how to really take care of my skin. So proper hydration, everyday SPF. So I'm really working on getting the proper serums, moisturizers, face washes, really taking a look at my skin type. So basically where I am now, I'm pretty happy with my skin. Is it better? Yes, but that's because I'm 25 now and I hope to God that it's better. The last couple of years, I've really been experimenting with a lot of different products and a lot of different remedies to find what works for my skin and what doesn't work for my skin. And after all that, I am really interested in skincare. I love knowing what makes it flare up, what cools it down. I love hearing about other people's skin issues and things that I think that they should try or shouldn't be doing. So it got to the point where I actually applied to an aesthetic school. I was accepted. That is gonna start next year. And I kind of thought, I wanna do something between now and then so I can still kind of like grow my passion and have it thrive and be super healthy by the time that I get to actually studying it and it kind of actually being my life, whether I like it or not. So one night I just woke up in a sweat and I said, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do a vlog, whatever you wanna call it. And all I wanna talk about are wrinkles, pimples, rashes, whatever. Like I just wanna talk about it. I wanna talk to other people about it. I wanna make a little baby community for myself so I can support others where they want to improve their, you know, self-care and products that they use, and I want them to feel confident in what they're buying. I think more and more people are realizing the importance of creating a certain routine regime for themselves that help them, you know, physically and mentally. You know, my skin journey, not only a physical impact, but huge on my life psychologically. Some days my skin is so bad, I don't want to leave the house. I'm not even putting that on. I genuinely am so self-conscious about the way that my skin has looked in the past and still, that I would not leave the house. I would not go to certain things. I wouldn't see people. And that's sad that, you know, when you think of things that you missed, it's so upsetting. And it's funny even talking to people now about my skin issues or anything like that. And people that have known me for a long time look at me and they say, you had bad skin? Like people just don't remember, right? And I think that's so perfect in the sense of things are never as much of a big deal as you think they are. I definitely wasted a lot of time just being upset and worried over what other people would think of how I looked. And I can't believe I'm even actually saying that out loud. Like, if I met my like 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old self at this point, she would not believe that I was this confident or happy or content with how like things turned out for me. And it's very weird. It was such a huge source of insecurity and unhappiness that I just, without trying to sound dramatic, it really ruled a lot of things that I did in my life. I'm sorry that this video is just not probably gonna be that funny. I think there's just some good things that I need to say first before we really dive in to this vlog baby that I have created. But on that really kind of depressing note, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I will be starting reviews and recommendation videos as soon as I can because I've got a lot of things on my mind. I promise I will never make another depressing video like this again. If you have any questions, you are more than welcome to email me, DM me, whatever. Let's talk, let's get coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I will absolutely order a hot chocolate. Bye guys.